Toby just got done kicking up some grass and then chasing after along the fence line of the Amazon truck guy. Anyway, today is the feast of Saint Peter Gonzalez, I believe born in Spain to nobility. Wanted the priesthood, and mostly so that he could be in a higher standing. It's sort of a thing. I don't know if it's a thing today, but in a way it is. His vocation wasn't to the good; it was to enriching him. I don't know about enriching, but moving up in prominence. He was 16 years old, got on a horse, was riding into town for something or another, got all dressed up, and the horse bucked or whatever, and he fell down in the mud and was covered in mud and I think poop, I don't know, something. He was completely humiliated. He left and went away and prayed and had a conversion, and became the confessor to King someone the third of Spain, I believe. I forget who. And he was afraid that being in the court would get him back into his old ways. So he left and became an evangelist. He joined I think the Franciscans first, or the Dominican, I don't know. But he went earlier in life. But he went off and evangelized to the shepherds and at the waterfronts and to the sailors and I guess fishermen. And that's why they say he sometimes gets confused with Saint Elmo. So his patronage is for fishermen and sailors and the like. And so is Saint Elmo, who is not today's feast, but is, I think, June 2nd. And St. Elmo is that of the St. Elmo's fire. He was martyred early. So Saint Peter Gonzalez was, I think, 1190 to 1246, and Saint Elmo, also both known as Erasmus, was, I think, in the 177 to 2 something, and he was martyred. Something about pulling his intestines out with hooks. So that's pretty nasty. The picture looks like they've got a string in his intestine and a stick, a reed or a rod around it, like they're twisting a rubber band or something. But now that I think about it, it's probably his intestines. So that's pretty gross for St. Elmo. And St. Elmo's fire is apparently, and St. Elmo is named for that, about the phenomenon at sea where a blue light or purple light will come, I guess in a storm, onto the top part of a mast of a boat. There were other things that it can be attracted to, and it makes a blue light, which is what St. Elmo's fire is about. I know that's not a good description, but sometimes the two get confused. So let's ask St. Elmo, who is also one of the holy helpers, 14 holy helpers. That's interesting. Come on, Toby. And Saint Peter Gonzalez. Pray for us, all the saints. Pray for us. Please pray for the souls in purgatory.